Hello and welcome to today's video. So I originally filmed this 2 years ago when I just finished A-levels, but I thought I'd recreate it now to give you my best advice on surviving sixth form and how to make the most out of year 12 and year 13. So my first tip is the jump from GCSEs to A-levels is pretty big, but it does get more manageable. Try not to get overwhelmed with the workload, as you may think I'm going from 9 subjects to 3, but actually there is a lot more content covered in those 3 subjects. So I don't want to scare you, but that is a lot of work, but hopefully as the term moves on, you will kind of develop and you'll find the workload easier to manage, as well as finding your own ways on what works best for you. In GCSEs, you can miss a week of lessons and you could catch up, whereas in one A-level lesson, you cover a lot of content and it's going to get harder and harder to catch up. So try not to let, if you miss one lesson, try not to let that affect the next lessons. Try and get that lesson sorted and then you can move on to the next ones. Your teachers are there to help you. Now, I only started really using my teachers for help in year 13 and it ended up being really useful. I went for my teachers for help. If I didn't understand something, then they were more likely to help me because I was showing I was engaging with the content. Try and put the embarrassment aside of asking a teacher and try and just get on good terms with your teachers. If you're going to a sixth form that's connected to your school, you will start to know the teachers in a more of a personal kind of friendly way rather than a strict kind of teacher-child background. Obviously, you grow up, you become a bit more mature and the teachers kind of respect that as you're in sixth form now rather than in the main school. I definitely take advantage of these newfound relationships. Now, try and use your freeze. I know it's really exciting at the start, you've never had a lesson where you've not had to do anything, but try and get on top of your workload. What I started to do was I'd do my homework in my freeze, and then if I wanted to do anything else, I'd do it after school. That way, when I was working outside of school, I knew it was all extra because I'd done what I needed to do. Freeze can definitely be a time to chat with your mates, and obviously do that, but you can kind of work and chat at the same time, and then you're still being productive. In year 12, try and get work experience. I know this is easier said than done, but year 12 is the year when you've kind of got time before all the ucas and stress of university in year 13 happens, as year 13 is when you will apply to ucas if you want to go to university. Obviously, degree apprenticeships are available, and I definitely look into those because they're definitely something that's growing and I think is a really good opportunity. Obviously, not everyone wants to go to university. There are apprenticeships, there's loads of other options you can go into, so make sure you thoroughly research that before you apply in year 13. My final most important piece of advice is try your best. I came out of my exams going, I could not have possibly done any more work, and I did well. I mean, obviously it doesn't work like that for everyone, but as long as you know you've tried your best, then that's all you can do. Obviously, year 13 gets very stressful when you're applying to university, and one thing I really want you to know is that it's okay if you don't know what you want to do. I'm going into my second year of university. I don't have a clue what I want to do. I didn't have a clue when I was 17, 18, I still don't have a clue, and it's okay to take your time. Your school may be pushing you to provide with UCAS. I would actually go ahead with it because it's a really good experience if you do then want to reapply to university because you'll know how the process works. Obviously, if you really want to go to university and you know you want to do a certain course, that's brilliant, and use that as a motivation to push you through the last 2 years. But you don't really need to know. You don't have to apply if you don't want to, and while your school may be focused on, yes, everyone's going to university, do this, really you don't need to. You can apply and then take a million gap years. I know loads of people that applied first time and just didn't bother going. It's okay if you don't know what you want to do. I didn't know what subject to take. I took psychology as a degree because I was interested in it at A-level and I found that I was quite good at it. Obviously, there's so many subjects that you can study at university that you may not have even be able to study at sixth form. There's stuff like marine biology, which is basically biology but from like a different viewpoint. Obviously it's based on the study of marine things, which probably isn't the word, but basically there's so many subjects you can study at university that you've probably never even come across before. So don't let your 3 subjects kind of narrow what you want to do. I definitely just think make the most of sixth form, it will go really quickly, and also just try and develop. You'll grow as a person and your work will probably improve with that, and I think just make the most of the opportunity before you're set off into the wide world of work and life and just everything that isn't school anymore. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, and I will see you for the next video. Bye!